Hello everyone and welcome back to more Penumbra 2 Black Plague. Wanted to discuss something here with you real quick about the zooming in on items, like when you pick things up, such as just anything. Can't pick that up, like the chair. I was talking about how when you pick something up you can zoom in and out on it with the mouse wheel. The reason why the zooming on items doesn't work for me is because I erased the values in the settings.cfg. I did this so that I could put the glow stick and the flashlight on the mouse scroll wheel. So like I have the mouse scroll wheel down, bring out the glow stick, and mouse wheel up does the flashlight. I just forgot that I did this prior to recording the videos for YouTube. I'll put an image up on the screen here to show you the settings.cfg file that we edited before in the config and tech video. The highlighted area shows the settings for the mouse wheel keybinds. My values between the quotes are blank for my purposes explained. When you install the game fresh, the mouse wheel will work as intended by default. But if you want to make changes to what the mouse wheel does, this is how you do it. Because otherwise, when you go in here in controls, under key mappings, you can assign other actions to the mouse wheel, but what happens is when you pick up an item and you do the zooming in and out with the actions also programmed to this, when you do that action, it will enable the flashlight and glow stick when you're zooming, which you don't want to have happen. So that's why I went into the settings and erased those files, hence, or erased the values, hence why the zooming in and out doesn't work for me. But I would rather have my light sources easily accessible on the mouse wheel than I would zooming in on items, because it's not entirely necessary. So that's my explanation, and I finally understood why it wasn't working, and it was because of that, something I did prior, and I finally remembered the reasoning. So I do apologize that I did not cover this in the config and tech video. I'm going to overlook things from time to time. I had this game semi-pre-installed from a good while ago, so I didn't do everything completely fresh again. But at least in the gameplay videos, I can correct information and add to that information. So let's get back to the game here, where we were. So yeah, in the last video we read over this, and we went through the drawers. Last thing we need to do in here is just look over this computer and see what's on it. Let's get this out of the way. Surprisingly, you can't just walk into drawers and close them like you can doors. But close these back up so that I can get up on this computer close. Okay. Alright, a CD-ROM drive. Okay, and research.txt and a door lock controller.exe. No CD found. We do have a CD. But let's look at this other stuff first. Howard's research. My research has uncovered something fascinating. Time and time again, I warned Overseer Frisk I needed time to perform a full textual analysis before my translation could be considered complete. He went ahead with the excavation anyway, and now he's paid the price. The facility's security level is high enough that no trace of it exists beyond the confines of these walls. Not even the archaic central cast have records of its location. In fact, the only link to this place in the outside world is the notes I left behind many years ago. However, since the virus was released over 1 year ago, no rescue attempts have been made. Not one person has tried to enter the facility. Just before the virus was released, I sent a message out to someone I could trust. I can only assume that my son, Philip, has received the note and done as I asked. No matter what happens down here, at least I can rest easy in knowing no trace remains of this place, that these secrets will stay buried here. I've learned over the years never to put too much weight on any one discovery, but the information I now hold is vital not just to our survival, but to the future of our species. First thing in the morning, I intend to call on volunteers to set out into the infected area of the shelter. No one will come, but I shall ask all the same. I'll make a move for the library research station first. Then it's all unknown variables. After that, I shall simply have to put my faith in this discovery. If I am wrong about this, I will barely make it through residential. To think I left my family for this place, for this organization, which is more horrible. That I have sacrificed something so dear, or that I do not regret it for a second. Howard Lefresque, Chief Translator. It sounds like you do regret it. So, scan this again. I wish you could use the mouse scroll wheel here. It doesn't work, which I don't think it does anyway. You have to use the slider over here. Then I'll make a move for the library. Take a sip of drink. So Howard's heading for the library, I guess. Okay. So he wrote that in his notebook. So 236. Password, which I don't have yet. Alright. No drive, so we gotta back out. And then drop this on there. CD slid in perfectly, I should be able to read it now.
Welcome to Shelter Research Station, Greenland. Shelter is an almost entirely self-sufficient installation built in the 70s to further serve the purposes of the archaic elevated caste in their pursuit and defense of ancient knowledge. As a new member of the facility, there are some basic rules you should be aware of in order to be useful to the archaic. Shelter provides living facilities, including a mess hall, gymnasium, and medical bay, in addition to the stipulated array of laboratories, chemical and biological, workstations, excavation equipment, and security. Please use the former at your leisure, but expect to be assigned to the latter with a moment's notice. Second, due to the nature of our work here, should you feel in any way ill, lightheaded, or otherwise mentally incapacitated, do not report to the medical facility. Fasten yourself securely to whatever solid object may be available, attempt to seal all connecting doors, and await retrieval by our trained professionals. In a worst-case scenario, be prepared to swallow your personal cyanide capsule, which will be issued after this briefing. The archaic hates to lose its treasured staff, but it may be for the good of the operation. We know you will enjoy your work with us.
Cyanide pill in one hand and handcuffs in the other. Sounds like a great place to work. By the way, those little audio glitches in the voice, that's intended. It's supposed to be like that. Alright, password changes and instructions. introduction. Yeah, this is what she already read. So we don't need to read that again. But he's going to write it down anyway. Here's the passwords. Important update. The following password changes have been made since the printing of your personal guide. As always, the above information is strictly confidential and is not to be spread to other members, along with any other infectious diseases. We'll take a screenshot of this. Which isn't necessary, because he'll just take notes, probably. Yeah. Okay. So, door lock. And 236 is now 1167. You actually got to type it in. Alright, now all the doors are open. Guess I could make a new save. I may never get used to that. Okay, I guess I could take a peek underneath. So the little slight delay in movement that you kind of see, the little stutter, I haven't been able to resolve that, so look at my frame rate again here. Just want to watch it for a second and see. I did see that it went to 61 FPS for a second there, but that generally happens the first time when you bring up the readings. I'm just trying to make sure that that 60 is not going over at all, and it doesn't appear to be. So I can live with it. Hopefully it's going to be not too bad for YouTube. So I think it was the previous video, yeah. We found one of the first strange artifacts up in that cabinet. There's 9 more. Now that we have also flashlight batteries, they go in here. So we have 95% flashlight power right now. So the meter will go down and then the percentage number will. And then we have batteries here, and we have 7 batteries. So I don't remember how much the batteries refill the flashlight. Either probably 25, 50% or full. We got 2 flares, 2 heals, whatever we're going to do with this drink can that's going to stay cold indefinitely. So yeah, we got our first artifact up here, and the next one is supposed to be in a storage room where we obtain a key item, not a key but an item for progression, which I won't spoil what it is yet. That thing's still burning. Okay, so that password either unlocked this door or that door. Not that one, it's jammed, so I wanted to look at this again over here. So I don't guess we can get in here ever. It's not meant to be. I don't know what I was looking at there. Just looking. Okay. This is open. And this is the only way to go. Yeah. Alright. Flare. Assumed we got a hatch under there. Yep. Okay. Look at my readings one more time. So this is an OpenGL game. Graphics memory 2.1 gigs being used. I have 8 gigs on this 2070 RTX Super. And I've got 32 gigs of memory on my computer, and I'm only using 5.2 gig. And temperatures on the graphics card and the CPU are fine. Everything looks fine. Passage caved in long ago. So I guess something ripped this off or destroyed it from the inside. Crawled up out of there. Won't be able to get through here. Yeah, not unless you lose a lot of weight. The sewers seemed like the only route out, but it wasn't out I wanted anymore. My father had found something and I needed to know what. Without that, everything would have been for nothing. See, every time I transition like that and get a quick save or get an auto save, then I do a quick save. And if you look at your save, you can see where you are. Obviously we're in the sewers, but it'll let you know where you are because you don't have a map in this game. You'll run into maps on walls and stuff that you can reference, but you can never take them. Great, more of these slug thingies are back. Got knocked unconscious. Like, I just fell over. That was a long load time. I know this place. I've been here before. See, if you've watched the first Penumbra 1 Overture, you'll recognize this room. Yeah, I was convinced, I remember in the first video, or the first game, that person's picture on the far right over there, the 3 little ones, I'm pretty sure that's Dolly Parton. Looks like her. Good old dollies in a classic horror game. Who would have never known? Open it. It's not opening. Stuck. It's a perfect picture of this room, almost. Can't leave. I remember forgetting to put this on. My bag, I thought I'd never see it again. Can't get into here. It's around. I must wonder something. Let me try to turn off water, some windows, and particle effects. Quite large impact on frame rate, even though it's not technically affecting my frame rate. Does that actually help it? Not really. Thought maybe it had something to do with that setting, graphic setting. Shadows high. Anyway. Alright, so what they want you to do here is they want you to make this portion of the room look exactly like this picture. So the treasure chest, you need to put 2 barrels over there in the corner. The treasure chest under the table, and then that little soup can has to be on the shelf up there. It's on the floor. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but pretty perfect. And that's not going to cut it. And grab this other barrel. It really doesn't matter what everything looks like over here. This has to go over there. I think it just had to be dragged roughly underneath. I think it actually makes a sound. Maybe not. Sound when you put it in the right spot. I guess it doesn't. Whiskey bottle needs to be removed. Okay, what is not correct? Or it needs to be broken. Maybe that's what it is. No order without chaos. Picture of, I'm not sure, eggs. Yeah, it's eggs. You should have a clear memory of what those are. See, it's really noticeable here. It seems like it's maybe a little better with refractions off. It's still doing it. So that puts my graphics card usage at 11%. About 3,600 megs on the memory. 3,611. Same. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it on. It may very well have something to do with light and refractions, but yeah. So basically, like, this is turned into a Silent Hill room. Smells like burnt flesh. Hands with barbed wire on it. Ew. Smells eggs. The surface is slippery and with a leathery texture. Well, don't touch it like they did in Alien. I'll just sit it right here. Gross. Jumped right on me. It's empty. Looks like it's been that way for some time. Yeah, a few minutes ago. Okay. Got one of those dogs from the first game. Guess this video won't be sponsored by PETA. It's not rotting, crawling with maggots. It's rotting, crawling with maggots. Gross. So they want you to put him up here. Gross. Still in Silent Hill. Move these things. Right. So I'm going to figure out the order. So it's definitely this one first. Not that one. Hand is warm to the touch. Yeah, it would be. It's on fire. I need to get this door open. It's the only way to go. I never have properly learned the good way to turn wheels and valves in this game. They're a little awkward. Noose, books, Red. Yeah, our friend Red from the first game. Kind of a memory flashback situation. Electric switch, there is a tiny inscription reading, "There are 2s and 3s in this world." 2s and 3s. Okay. These hands we can't manipulate. Got 3 barrels total, looks like. Two of these blue spots and the rest are green. Some oddly placed barrels. Okay, made that light up. Just keep moving them until they trigger something, maybe. Still staying on fire. Let's try pulling this now. It's already pulled, but okay, it's still engaged. Is this gonna turn? Not yet. Both of these. So is there a third one that one does? Okay. So it needs to be on this one. That one. I think we're making it hotter is what we're doing. And then this one over here. Now it's working. Just kind of have to be slow and deliberate with the valves. Bloodstained lever. Great. Can't reach it. Red, I'm so sorry. Are you happier now? Yeah, we're going to incinerate him. This one's opening or something. It's making the room fill up with blood. So we can get down here now and switch on that valve, or flick this lever. If I can get up to it. Check something. Come on up there, dude. Is there not anything I can push to stand on? No. Just have to be quick. Heard those noises before, and mayhem ensues shortly after. I better run. Get over there, dude. Probably gonna die. Yep. Dead. Wow, I didn't die. Okay. Maybe you don't actually die here. That's what you're supposed to do.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? What am I doing here? Who am I? Why can't I hear their voices? Thanks for the help. I'm having an existential nightmare and you can't even say a word.
Excuse me. I can cough. Alright guys, we're going to stop this video here. It's run over a little. I appreciate you watching, and we will continue on when we get to the next part. Thank you. Bye.